Yeah, I'm living with my dad now, which is really not so fun after I've been living on my own for like 6 years. Started working at the Renaissance Fair when my parents split up. Very fun, and I've been doing it every year except for the 2 seasons I was down in Arizona. And it's an amazing bout of fun, so.
I've never been arrested. I'm the only one in my family, actually, of all my siblings, never to have a criminal record, an illegitimate child, or be married. So I'm...
My 3 biggest passions in life are art, sex, and food. And whenever I can kind of combine those things, it's like one of my favorite things. And I've got snakes, and I love my snakes. And 2 of my snakes are homosexual lovers, and they live together in a big cage that we call the Nothatorium, because I'm not supposed to have pets in my apartment, so we call them the Nothings. I like having red hair a lot, and I'm red everywhere, and that's very important to me. I feel like bringing pleasure to people in different ways is a really honorable and kind of noble calling, and I feel like that's my thing.
You know, in terms of what my purpose is, you know, what I can bring to the table, I'm still kind of lost. You know, I love to perform. I'm an actor and comedian. My family's from India. I grew up born in Omaha, grew up in Texas.
My favorite holiday is Halloween. I like to play dress up. I don't know why. It's just I always have. That's actually my favorite thing about acting. It's always been costumes.
Sometimes I can be obsessive compulsive. Like, I'm either totally kind of chaotic, or like my closet is completely organized from red to purple, and then it's neutrals, and then it's black and white and gray. And I freak out if the pillows aren't placed properly on my bed. But it's like, I grew up in this household where it was just like everything was like super regimented, but not in a military way, but just in a like organization, clean, like you could really drop a piece of meat on the floor and pick it back up and eat it. But anyway, I ended up moving into this place with these roommates. But then there's just those little things like, oh, I just like dusted off the table and then somebody left like a bag of chips or like a lone peanut. So now I'm moving, and that's just like a whole other ordeal.
I was actually born in London and came to the States when I was 4 years old. So I don't have an accent, although 2 or 3 of these and it might show up.
Well, not much to tell really. I've been away from Ireland now for 5 years. I've been in America for the last 2 months. Before here I worked on a yacht in South America for about 6 months. Before that I lived in Tokyo for a year. Before that I lived in Bermuda for a year. Before that London for a year, Australia for a year, Holland for about 7 months, and Ireland. So I've been pretty much just traveling around the world working.
For the most part, a lot of people would not imagine that I'm a foreigner, but I'm from Croatia originally. All my family still lives overseas. It's really difficult. Yeah.
You can't always judge a book by its cover, because I'm not really keen on making lasting first impressions. Sometimes I can give off a negative impression and people will misread me and later get to know me and be kind of amazed at how different I am in real life once they get to know me than that first impression of the kind of pompous ass they may have thought I was.
I'm like I said, a yoga teacher, and I work with the shamanic arts. I'm from Los Angeles, from Baywatch, and from the beaches of LA, the home of anorexia. You know, I was super sensitive to other people's emotions. I see pictures and hear people talking to me and shit like this, and so I thought I'd better get some help, because if I don't do it now, I'm going to shut down and I'm going to get sick, because that's what happens when you're called to a shamanic path. I'm in school now again, and I work 3 jobs and have 2 great dogs who I love, and never had children. Had about 4 miscarriages.
I'm from the Midwest. I'm a writer, photographer, but my day job is a reporter. Yeah. I told the folks I was doing this, by the way. They were like, "You're a brave woman."
People that you work with, you would like us to know.
I'm observant. I'm a little enigmatic, maybe. I can be kind of quarrelsome when you get to know me.
Well, I'd actually prefer people know as little about me as is humanly possible.
Yeah, Army brat.
So you've lived all over the world?
All over. Washington State, Florida State, South Carolina, California, everywhere in between. Spent like 6 years in Germany. I don't know my dad's side of the family really. My mom comes from a Mexican family and she's going to Baghdad in about a month or so. She's an officer in the Army.
I was born in Taipei, Taiwan, and at the age of 3, our whole family moved to this tiny little island, Guam. Yeah, it's a U.S. territory, kind of like Puerto Rico.
I'm pagan. It's my religion. I practice Wicca. I used to make $42,000 a year, and it was at a corporate job. Things went wrong. I've been married, I'm divorced, and I like cats.
I'm a pretty simple guy. I'm kind of would love to be living in the country instead of the city. I definitely got a country redneck kind of background, and there's not really much to me. I didn't go to college or anything like that. Been struggling most of my life, but been happy, and that's the main thing, I think.